Well, good morning, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as Game Time Brian. Today, no mailman today. Why? Because we off today, baby. We are off. We are off and running. Rise and grind. Hope everybody had a good Saturday. We had a nice, lively live stream last night. I had to take a couple wrenches away from you people who don't want to respect the wishes. We were trying not to talk politics. I started out the show. I ended the show very respectfully. I don't care who you vote for. That's part of the country. The problem is, these days, we can't have a conversation anymore without the left and right extremes going nuts. Again, none of these two candidates speak to me necessarily. But regardless, God bless Donald Trump. I'm glad he's alive. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that people can't have their own difference of opinion and not get shot at. The word just came out. He was a Republican 20-year-old who did donate $10 to the Democratic National Party a few years ago. So who the hell knows, a 20-year-old kid with his whole life ahead of him? What could he possibly be upset about? But anyway, I'm not going to get all political, but just thankful that the president, and yes, just because he's not the president now, he'll always be the president, Trump. Listen, voted by the people, for the people. That's just how it is. We've gotten away from that as a society where we don't want to respect the other side. Again, me personally, I don't know what's up and down and up. Our options are what the powers want us to have. They're really not real options, if you ask my opinion. Real options would be somebody from us, representing us, not the rich and wealthy who are run by the rich and wealthy, and they put out rich and wealthy candidates, and we are stuck to pick. But that's for another day, for another YouTube channel. I'm a Cowboy/NFL YouTuber living in South Jersey, representing a lot of Eagle fans around here. And I see George Kittle. George Kittle is in the news again. He wants to wear the F Dallas shirt. F Dallas shirt. I don't know what's up with George Kittle. Maybe he's got a little ego. What's this person doing? Okay, well then either stop at the stop sign. Don't do the New York City slide.
Well, the
fire trucks are selling hoagies. That's why they got their lights on.
No siren.
Just joking, people. But yeah, I'm a little rough today. I need to shave, but whatever. I'll live. You'll live. Yeah, I think George Kittle has a real little ego. Hey, George Kittle, you haven't won shit. Yeah, you beat the Cowboys. Congrats. You've choked in the Super Bowl. Like I tell my boy Drew. Drew? I don't mean boy in a negative way. My guy. How's that? My guy, Drew. Drew. Again, you talk to us Cowboy fans, it's been a long time. Would it be exciting to get to a Super Bowl? Yeah, of course. But if we don't win it, it's instantly, oh my God, we choked. And that's Cowboy fan. Trust me. I know. So, again, the fact that you got there, I have to give you credit. I have to give Eagle fans and Eagles organization credit for winning more games to get there, and that's 100%. But I'm just telling you, when that's all said and done, and all the stupid, hey, I feel good inside, not for long, baby. It's all about the wins. I lived through the two out of 3 years in the 70s. I was a little guy. I was just a little guy, and losing in 2 out of 3 years to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was rough, people. That was rough. I remember my brother, he threw a little cowboy troll doll up in the tree, and it sat there. Threw 2 Super Bowls. Finally, I had to climb up the tree when I was big enough. I think we shot it out with a BB gun. We need to turn the curse. Didn't help, because we went how many more years without doing nothing. Until the 90s. So, but anyway, George Kittle is basically saying he's going to rep the jersey again, even if he gets fined. Hey, George, is your ego that little? Or do you got a big ego? I think you got a big ego, but you're really little. I don't know. I'm confused. Dude, Niners, you haven't won a Super Bowl since before us. All this great playoff success reminds me of the Eagles and Donovan McNabb. That was all well and good, but if you ask the Eagles, it was unfinished business. Why Donovan McNabb is not real revered in Philadelphia. He comes back. He's remembered. The farther we get away from it, the bottom line is they had a great team / a great coach, Andy Reid. And now you're seeing that great coach. Andy Reid's time in Philadelphia came and went. And sometimes that's just how it is. And you need to go somewhere else to get better. People looking at me. Sorry, people. I talk on my hands. I don't know. But, sometimes you need to go to a next stop. You all right? How's the air? Is it too much? Because this vehicle, But, and sometimes you can't reach your potential until you get to the next stop, which is why I said, and again, this is just me talking out loud. This is why I said maybe Dak needs to go somewhere else to actually see advancement in the playoffs. Maybe his time in Dallas has come. That's a conversation. And again, like Brad, Mark Holmes, a lot of the Dallas fans who really, really love Dak. I love Dak. I got a lot of Dak stuff in my house. I mean, I got a signed plaque hanging in Dak's house with my name on it. Me and a few other people who donated to Dak's charity that Mark presented to Dak. So, I love Dak. But for Dak's sake, I want to see him go from a questionable 4th round draft pick that even the Cowboys didn't want to a unbelievable regular season quarterback who does have 2 playoff wins. I know he's lost 5. Lamar is considered a great quarterback. He's 2-4. Again, if Dak were to sign a long-term deal with Dallas, who's to say he wins 2 more playoff games and jumps ahead of Lamar? Now all of a sudden Dak's great. Now to me it's about a team game. But maybe Dak needs to move on to see that success in the playoffs. Maybe it's not meant to be in Dallas for whatever reason. I'm just being honest with you. I don't know. The silly season is almost over. We are sitting here July 14th. So 10 days from now is the start of training camp. We'll have the opening press conference. Remember the opening day press conference last year, right following the concert, they announced the signing of Trayvon Diggs, who later went on to tear his ACL just a short month later, or a month and a half later. But again, Dallas does business during training camp. I've said this before. I kind of think maybe they don't want to be locked into anything until they see the players with their eyes. Maybe, God forbid, they don't trust these players nowadays. That's looking nice.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they don't trust these players nowadays to go skydiving and their parachute don't open and then they're responsible for whatever. But I don't know what that answer is, but that's how they do business. We disagree. Looking back at their financial situation, yes, they have a decent amount of money under the cap. I can see what they're doing. I'm telling you now, they are waiting on Trey Lance to see what he looks like in preseason. I think if Trey Lance comes out and looks anywhere near an NFL starting quarterback, and let's say he looks really good, Dak won't get a contract. He will move on after the year. That's just my opinion. If we get more of the same from Trey Lance, and what I mean by more of the same is what they've been doing and dealing with throughout the last 6 months, including OTAs. He hasn't looked like that guy. He's gotten better, but a little disappointed in his sideline arm strength to the throws to the sideline. His timing is still way behind where it needs to be. In this league, if you're late, you lose. Can't be late in this league. Can't wait till the receiver gets open. The windows in of being open in the pros are like this. The windows of being open in college are like this. Unless you're in the playoff game last year, Dallas versus Green Bay, where it seemed like everybody was like this. Again, a total team collapse last year. This team does not have my trust. I don't care if we go 17-0, which we're not going 17-0, people. Relax. I'm just made a metaphor. It would be all about the playoffs. I would be the first one to say, oh my God, we got to bye, and we're going to choke a game one. I think the amount of pressure with 17-0 would be more than if we had a few losses. So, it's all about the playoffs for this team. I don't like how they're doing it, but this team doesn't seem to know how to identify their good talent, lock it up early enough and stagger the contracts. Until I see different, they're not going to be successful. So that's about it. Don't forget, about 3 o'clock today or 3:30 today, I'll do another channel member Zoom call. Remember, anybody watching this video, if you hit the join button, it's $4.99 a month, I believe, plus tax. I think it's a little bit like $5.20 cents. YouTube gets their 30%. Basically, what that gives you is I do 2, not 1, but 2 channel member Zoom calls a week, which I send you a Zoom link. If you have a camera on your computer, your cell phone, whatever, you can log in and be a part of the show. We normally run at least an hour and a half. Last night we went over 2 hours. So that's the one thing you get. You get shout outs on all my videos that I can remember. Yeah, just ask anybody that's a channel member. I'm always shouting them out. And after 6 months, I'm going to come up with something to send everybody. So if you're hanging with me for 6 months, I'm going to send everybody out. I know we've had a few come, a few go. I think we're sitting right about 25. I'd like to get the number up. The more the merrier in the Zoom call. Remember, there's a lot of people that are part of the Mailheads crew, which is the join button, who are maybe camera shy, don't feel comfortable being on camera. That's cool. I appreciate yous as well. But I like to have more people in the Zoom call, get more. Just remember, if you're in the Zoom call, mute your mic, especially if you have background noise, before you're ready to talk. Just have a little respect for everybody in the Zoom call and people that are watching, because remember, they're hearing all these voices talk, and we don't want to talk over each other. I think we did a good job last night. We came on right after Trump. It was kind of bad timing, but I still think we had a good turnout. Remember, the Zoom call is for you. I will definitely have some material. There's not much this time of year, but you know me, I like to talk. So I could talk all day whether anybody's in there or not, but the Zoom calls are structured for you guys to take part. That's why I do it. So 3:30 Eastern time, game time, Brian. If you're not a part of the Mailheads crew, hit the join button. Trust me, you'll be happy. I'll talk to everybody later. Just be careful. Watch out for the Sunday drivers. If you're driving slow, get in the right lane. All right, see you.